Matt from Become Elite, and I'm here to answer your questions that you submitted via Instagram. LeviMan00 asked, what is your favorite shooting drill? My favorite shooting drill is something very simple. I like to go on top of the 18. I pass the ball to another friend or a teammate that's standing right with his back facing the goal right on top of the 18. He lays it off to the right or the left, depending which way I point. I approach the ball, and I try to strike it to the outside at either side of the goal. As soon as I'm done, I go back, hit him another ball, he lays it off on the opposite side, and I strike it with the other foot. It's very simple, it's easy, and the focus is on hitting a moving ball at a stationary target. My philosophy is always simple is better. You know, if you're working on a passing drill, if you're working on a dribbling drill, simplify it and really focus on it. Jake Mitchell 2 asked, how long did it take you to practice your skills and perfect them? Honestly, I don't think I've perfected pretty much any skill. I don't think really any player has. Perfection is something that I think that nobody can or will attain. However, it's something that everyone should be striving to attain. By this, I mean every single player should be working on perfecting every single skill that they can. If you think that Cristiano Ronaldo has perfected his shot and therefore he doesn't need to work on his shot anymore, then you're wrong, because he's out there every single day continually practicing, continually trying to improve. I don't know if you guys have heard of this, but it's called the 10,000 hour rule, and it's a basic rule of mastering a certain skill that you need to put in 10,000 hours into that skill. And it's not even perfecting it, you just become a master of it. And so 10,000 hours basically means that if you want to become a master at shooting, you need to practice shooting for 10,000 hours. And so if you divide that amongst, a year, there's 365 days in a year. So if you just practice 1 hour a day for all 365 days out of the year, it's going to take you at least 30 years until you master it. That's what this rule is saying. So you need to be practicing like 2 to 3 hours a day, really focused on every single skill, because you're not going to perfect it, but you can become close to it. For me, I've been practicing since I'm 5 years old. Obviously, when I was younger, I wasn't putting in the same amount of time that I'm putting in now, but I've been practicing since I was 5, and I'm 23 now, so I've been playing soccer for 18 years, and I still haven't perfected any skills. I've improved tremendously, but not at the perfection level. When I was younger, when I was like 5 to 10, I was playing soccer maybe like 2 to 4 hours a week for the full year. When I got older, from like 10 to 18, I ramped it up. I was playing year-long soccer, and I was going probably about 6 to 10 hours a week. And once I got to college and on, I was playing like pretty much 3 hours a day for about 5 days a week out of the entire year. And so it really adds up, but if you calculate that out, I'm still nowhere near the 10,000 hour mark. So it really takes a long time, a lot of practice to master skills. At Portia.E2005 asked, if someone wants to start soccer, what is the best place to start, as in training? If you want to really start to get into soccer and you're looking at the best things to do to improve your game, the number one thing I would say is just to go out and play. Find a couple other kids and just start training, as in just playing 2v2, 1v1, just play soccer, have fun. You want to develop a love for the game. Once you develop that love, then you can work hard at it. Then you can start adding the training drills and everything else, but you need to go out there and start to love soccer for what it is. When you're young and you're starting, you don't need to focus so much on the particular drills and all these, really focusing on that. Go out, play, have fun. Once you start developing a basis, then we can start adding in some other drills. I'd also recommend watching soccer. Watch MLS, watch EPL, watch Champions League, watch the international games. Start finding players that you like. Start seeing the moves they do, the runs they make, where they go on the field, what positions they play, and try to copy them. Watch YouTube videos, watch highlight videos. Watch tricks and tips and drills and try to copy those. Find stuff that works for you. Then when you start getting older and you start really wanting to focus on the technicalities of your game, focusing on improving one aspect of it, go out there, and again, like I said earlier, simple's better. Do simple drills and focus on every single touch. If you go through a line of cones and focus every single touch as you weave through. If you're doing shooting drills, roll the ball out and try to hit the same spot in the wall or the net or wherever you're shooting. If you're doing passing drills, try to keep the ball on the ground every single time. It doesn't need to be complex. You just need to go out there and do it every single day. At Thomas Willing asks, how often do you train daily? I might have said this already, but right now I'm 23 years old. I'm starting to hit the prime of my game, so I can train a lot. I'm lifting a lot because my body can handle that. I've worked up to it. When I was younger, I did not train this much. When I was 5 to 10, I was just doing a couple hours a week of playing, just no training, just having fun. When I was 10 to 18, I started ramping up a little bit more, but as you get older, you can start adding more and more hours into it. Right now, I train a lot, and I'm not recommending, a 12-year-old does this. You can try, but it's a lot of work right now. Honestly, I do about 1 to 3 hours of soccer every single day, about 6 days a week, so I get 1 off day a week, but I'm practicing 1 to 3 hours every single day of those 6 days. I then lift 1 hour a day, about 4 days a week, and then I run probably about an hour a day twice a week. That's a good amount of hours that I found to be successful for myself. My body isn't wearing down from that. I feel strong, I feel fit, and I feel technical. I can feel myself improving without detrimentally hurting my game because it's too much. Everybody's different though. I know pros that do more and I know pros that do less. It's all about finding what's right for you. And again, if you're younger, I wouldn't recommend those same hours because I've done this for 18 years now. I've really started to ramp up how much I do. I've been adding a day a week of extra lifting, or add a day a week of extra soccer training, or extra hour here and there. You need to start small, a couple hours a week, and work your way up. After a year and you're feeling good, add a few more extra hours of training. Keep doing that year after year until you can feel comfortable. It's a slow process. It's not a sprint, it's a marathon. Finally, Thomas Kuppas asked, I'm currently recovering from a hip surgery, but I don't want to feel like I'm losing time to improve. What should I be doing in this time? Injuries are hard, plain and simple. They're very hard just for that reason, because you feel like you can't improve, you feel like you're wasting time. But the fact of the matter is that time that you're so-called wasting is really your resting time. You're repairing your body. You can't go out there and start juggling or shooting on goal when your body's not ready. You're also going to set your back farther. And you need to take this time. You need to just think in your head. You need to mentally tell yourself that this time that you're taking off is helping you improve. So you're not wasting it. You need to sit there, you need to do the rehab every day that they suggest. You need to take the allotted amount of time off that they say, but when you feel better, then you can come back and start training. But what you're doing right now is not a waste of time. You're still improving. So even though you feel like you're losing time and you're not improving, you really are getting back. You're improving from what you were after your surgery. If you're still looking for extra things to do besides your rehab and your rest and your icing and everything that you need to do to recover from your injury, you can start setting goals. You can watch soccer. And by watching soccer, I mean study soccer. Watch games and pick out one guy in your position. Track him the entire game. Watch where he goes, watch when he pinches in, watch when he steps, watch when he flexes back, watch every single thing he does, and really focus and try to learn. Watch where other players' runs are going. If the guy rolls out the ball, watch where he's already looking. Watch where that other player's running into. Study the entire fluid and the whole dynamics of the game. Watch soccer, set goals, start focusing on what you want to do, write them down. You can start doing a lot even when you're injured. I had 2 roommates in college who had both had ACL surgeries around the same time. They had to do the same thing. They set goals, they wrote down what they wanted to do, they wrote down the days that they wanted to be able to walk by, the days that they wanted to be able to run by, the days they want to be able to be cleared by, and then they work towards those goals. This injury time, you can treat it as a setback, or you can treat it as a failure and a waste of time, or you can treat it as just a minor setback, a minor obstacle to overcome. So even though you're injured right now and you think that you're wasting time, you can still be doing a lot of things. Focus on your rehab, focus on studying soccer, and increasing your soccer IQ, and set goals. Set goals about even the minor things about when you want to be healthy by, and then set goals even further down the line. You can start doing these things, and that will really help both mentally and physically improve.